70s.
We are live. We are live. We are live.
That's true.
That's very, very
How many
true.
of y'all old enough to remember backouts? Remember backouts?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
My sisters, everybody, even all the women in my neighborhood. I don't remember my mom ever wearing one though, but my sisters,
my mom wore back out.
The neighbors across the street, they wore backouts.
Mm-hmm. We actually have a topic today, and welcome to Wednesday. Welcome Wednesday.
Good morning, Shay.
Welcome Wednesday.
Yes, let me get to share that thing. Yeah, we do have a topic today. We've been taking that journey through the traveler's gift. Absolutely. The 7 decisions. This is the third decision.
This is the third decision, and we're going to talk about it. We will be right back.
Decision.
Just in a moment.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. That's all the way downstairs.
You sure?
I am. I think I saw it on the counter out there. So,
but I got my other bracelets on, dog. My power bracelets that my son made, dog. Except for this one. You made 5 of these. No, you made 4.
So we're here. Welcome Wednesday. I hope that you had a great evening, and we're looking forward to getting it in today. We are talking about the 7 decisions.
Wednesday is such an important day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. If you put yourself, which we encourage entrepreneurs to do, on a 5-day work week, and anything you do outside of the 5 days is like on Saturday, Sunday, we count that as bonus time for work. But formally, we encourage and we recommend, good morning, Sister Ro, we recommend that you put yourself on a 5-day work week as an entrepreneur, and Monday through Friday. And Wednesday is the middle of the week, and we count Wednesdays as evaluation day. It's not hump day, none of that stuff. It's evaluation day. And Wednesday is the day we recommend. We've been doing it for years right here on this live broadcast, that you ask yourself 2 questions on Wednesdays. Two. Ask yourself these 2 questions, and these questions are both based upon time and time that week, this week here. Question number 1 is, what am I doing correctly? Or even kind of correctly? What am I doing the right way with my business? Ask yourself that question. What am I doing correctly or even kind of correctly? Ask yourself and answer for yourself. And then question number 2 is, if I had this week to do over again, what would I have done differently? Yes, not did I do wrong. What would I have done differently? And find something. Don't fool yourself to thinking I did everything perfect this week. Yeah, that's a foolish thought.
Absolutely. Good morning, Miss Phyllis. She says, love the wrap. I wear mine normally all month. Amen.
Actually, I think it rocks too today.
Well done. I'm glad you like it.
Your wrap.
I'm glad you like it.
Your wrap is good in my neighborhood.
It worked out for me. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep it on because I feel hot, like it's extra hot in here.
But it's cooler outside today, actually.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So anyway, we've started with the travelers.
Ms. Phyllis is at therapy. Thank you for tuning in to the degree that you can.
Absolutely. Yes. So we started the Traveler's Gift, the 7 decisions from the Traveler's Gift, and the first decision was the buck stops here. The responsible decision.
Yes, the responsible decision. Yes. It's up to you.
Yes.
Me. We're responsible for our own happiness, all of our own productivity. We're responsible.
Our own situation.
Yes.
It's all on me. It's all on you. Now, understand, we're not talking about blame. Some things could have happened that were outside of your control, but we're talking about responsibility.
From this point forward.
From this point forward. Now, you have the hand that was dealt. So go play it.
That's right.
Right? So the second decision was the guided decision.
The guided decision. You don't know enough by yourself. Get some help, get some guidance, get some mentorship, get some coaching, get some wisdom.
I will seek wisdom.
Yes. That was a great conversation, I thought.
Absolutely. And today is number 3.
The active decision.
The active decision.
I will take action.
I will take action.
I'm going to do something. I'm not going to paralyze myself with fear.
We're not going to talk about it. We're going to be about it.
We're going to do.
Absolutely.
Action.
Absolutely.
Action.
And that was going through my head too. I think that's why I put this on.
Really?
But it was in my head this morning. Action. Anyway.
No one knows what he says next. That's what it sounds like.
Flop. Leader.
Miss Phyllis says, love the rap. She wears hers all month. Great morning duo from Sister Rochelle Gray. So we're going to talk about actions today. First off, how's your week been going, baby?
My week has been going just fine. I have had a lot of projects to finish up, and I'm excited that we got out the next children's book in the empowerment publishing process. It is The Warrior Princess. That is by Brad Wilder. The Warrior Princess. You can pre-order yours at wildlyinspiration.company.site. Along with his other book, which is The Boy Who Dared to Dream. And we actually had him on to discuss that.
He's been on our show before.
We're going to bring him back. Good morning, Brother Kelly. But I'm excited about The Warrior Princess. And it has been inspiring me. I've been practically carrying it around the house for 2 days.
It's nice to birth something. Kelly Little, good to see you this morning, Kelly. Kelly was a rock star last night in a clubhouse. Now, it wasn't my clubhouse. It wasn't Kelly's clubhouse. It was someone else's clubhouse. But we both ended up in that room, and it was a great time. Kelly, you rocked as well. It's for an event that I happen to be the featured speaker on September the 10th. Mm-hmm. It's called, it's designed for entrepreneurs who have not yet reached 6 figures, newer entrepreneurs, educators, teachers, things like that, to help get their mindset and their models right to get them to 6 figures. That's what it's for. But I'm going to be one of the featured speakers on the 10th, and I'm looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You ever have one of these delightful mistakes? A delightful mistake, or a mistake that ends up being to your better. Yesterday at 11 a.m. on my schedule, I'm supposed to meet with my VA team. But also at 11 a.m., I had an interview with Mr. Jeff Goldberg out of Long Island, New York.
Not Goldblum.
Yeah, Jeff Goldberg. Okay. So I had them both on my calendar, and I saw Jeff on my calendar, and I made the Jeff appointment. I didn't do the other one, and I didn't call ahead. I didn't reschedule it. I forgot it. It slipped my mind, made a mistake. Oops, you made a mistake. That's all. And then it was an interview, okay? And it was phenomenal. It was I had a great time with the guy. Now I'm going to speak at his event this upcoming Friday. They posted it all over the place, and a lot of people are excited. He's generating, just since yesterday, a lot of people have been posting and all that about, I'm going to be the guest speaker this Friday at his Sales Pro Network. And because I made a mistake, it ended up being to my good, I think. A delightful mistake. Sometimes we're late and end up being to your good. I remember being late one time to some place I was going and end up meeting up with someone else that was more important.
Well, I'm glad that worked out for you. I think that we have a responsibility to be where we're supposed to be.
Me too.
When we're supposed to be there, but we do get to benefit from the anastrophic atmosphere where all things are working together for our good.
That's what I think happened. Anastrophism. If you're not familiar with what anastrophic is the belief that the whole world and everything in it is conspiring to do you some good. Yep, even that is conspiring to do you some good. That traffic light that made you late is conspiring to do you some good. But today we're talking about...
And the person driving slowly in the lane in front of you.
Why you had to go there, baby? Throw my whole mood off, man.
I did it just for you. It just for you. Peace and blessings back at you. And it is divine intervention. It is. Incidentally, what I was going to say also was that this is another product of Anthony Skinner, who is an empowerment illustrator.
I didn't realize that.
Yes, Anthony Skinner has become quite a consistent contributor to empowerment publishing. There's his name right on the bottom.
The young man that illustrated this book.
This book, he's done quite a few projects. I need to keep
my book. He's done Monica's book. He's done Brad's book. Illustrated.
Second book.
Okay. So that's 3 authors I know of off the top of my head that he's worked with.
Yeah. Kelly Little.
4.
And there's more than that. Well,
that's amazing. This is a young man.
Oh, yeah. He's done the cover for the next book that I'll share with you. Well, maybe not the next. It might be the next one. The next one that I'll share with you that should be ready soon. Kelly said Lisa's going to make us find our thesaurus.
That's really good work, too. He drew those?
Yeah, he drew
those. Nice.
They are. They're very nice.
Mm-hmm.
They're very nice. It's a wonderful, colorful tapestry and collection of this little girl who is realizing the warrior within. And it is a really cool book. I enjoyed it. I need
to reach out to Anthony Skinner the second. Let him know. Well, we're going to see his dad today at noon. Mm-hmm. By the way, if you're an entrepreneur, and you're still,
Lita, haven't seen you
if you understand the value of networking, but you don't want to necessarily go to someone, and sometimes greater networking is done virtually anyway, because you're getting collections of people all over the country and the world, really. But today at noon, and Lisa and I have been hosting this now since, I think, the end of February. Every Wednesday at 12 p.m., we host a virtual networking meeting. And if you're an entrepreneur whose business can be benefited by a national audience or even an international audience, and you want to take part in it, just let us know. Raise your hand, saying virtual networking or whatever, and we'll get you the link that you need.
Absolutely. As a result of one of my goals, which was to really transcend publishing here in the U.S., I have amazing authors all over the U.S. and the territories as well. But I wanted to go abroad. And I am excited to continue to add the UK. I already have one project there, so I'm doing another. And so I'm looking for authors with an amazing story to tell, particularly stories of overcoming from individuals that are in the UK and Canada right now.
The world is getting smaller. You can touch them. So I do encourage you entrepreneurs to join us today at noon. Lanita Sakina Smith is here. Welcome back, sis. We miss you.
The active decision is the decision that we're on today. Decision number 3 from the Traveler's Gift, Andy Andrews.
Of 7 decisions, yeah.
Of 7, absolutely. The first gift that we had was the first decision that we had was the responsible decision.
To take blame.
To take
Responsibility
and blame are really, really close in their definitions. However, the etymology of both words is very, very different.
Okay.
Responsibility is ownership. It doesn't mean origin.
Yes.
Blame is origin. Blame is it would not have happened if you had not done this. So
Kelly's right.
What?
Lisa running us through our thesaurus and dictionary today. Oh, go ahead, baby.
Be quiet. The etymology is just different. And that's the wonderful thing. Actually, English has the least amount of words than so many other languages that is so important for us to use the ones that we have.
Use them for more than one thing. It's really bad. Okay. Other languages are simple and make sense. So English is crazy. Why is knife spelled that way?
Okay. Knife.
Right.
Well, English is a homogenization of so many other languages and dialects. Remember that the English language is made up of so many other languages.
It's not just the Queen's English either.
No,
but
we don't.
The current English we speak here, and that we actually had the audacity to get grades on. Okay. The audacity. Come on, man.
Yeah, it's so.
It's a double negative, really. Okay.
No, you're done.
You can't do that no more. You can't do that no more. The whole concept of being a double negative, I understand what it means. If you can't do that no more, that means
you can do it.
Yes, that's what that means. The two negatives cancel
If
each
I
other out.
cannot do that no more,
Right.
then that means I can do it.
That means
because
I'm
not
doing
and
it.
not
Yeah.
get out.
Right.
And now I can do it.
That's what that means.
Yes.
But it's
more.
still dumb.
Why
the
is
way
it
it's
dumb?
laid out. It's just dumb. English in America is dumb. So much in the words should not be spelled that way. I lean on the what's the guy's name? The wrote Huckleberry Finn and all that stuff. Tom
Sawyer?
He wrote Tom Sawyer too, but Samuel Clemens. Okay, Mark Twain. Mark Twain said, "It is the poor, unimaginative mind that can only come up with one way to spell a word." That
Absolutely.
makes more sense to me. We can come up with more ways to spell a word than the ones that they laid out.
So, yes, we certainly can. But the reason of words is communication. And when we define an individual meaning for a word, we're able to share our thoughts and our communications.
Meaning is different than spelling. Go ahead.
I don't disagree with your desire to spell things differently, but there is different meanings even in different spellings. There, and there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's different meanings in those spellings. I don't know how we got off on a spelling lesson. I blame you, Kelly. But there being the location, there being ownership, and there being the contraction, they are showing the location of someone that requires the appropriate spelling or at least context to be able to express what you're trying to say.
Yeah, but. Okay.
Yeah, but.
That's true. Okay, but I can spell some words differently, than what it's supposed to be spelled.
You can. No one is stopping you. As a matter of fact, our current urban dictionary has adopted thousands of words that have absolutely no rhyme or reason other than at least two people understand what they mean. That is the criteria. At least two people can agree on what a word means.
This is the late, great Patrice O'Neill, the stand-up comedian Patrice O'Neill, he's passed away. He did this hilarious bit to me about spelling, how he can't spell. Okay, like if someone put a gun to his mother's head and was in front of him and says, "Spell restaurant or we're going to kill your mother." He's like, "Oh God.
Love you, Mom."
Oh God, Mom. R-E-S. Oh God. And he goes through the whole thing. He goes, "Please give me a chance. Give me another word. Okay. Spell banana. Oh God. Oh. Spell fountain. Oh God."
Beverly says he even says money differently. Yes, he has his own spelling and his own words. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. I want you to know, be creative. Be creative. As long as at least one other person understands what you're trying to say, God bless you. Do what you want.
See, if she spelled money, that makes sense to her, and I know what she meant, and you knew what she meant.
Because I know you.
I spell it M-A-U, money. Okay, or M-A-W, money. M-A-U, money. Okay, but it's still saying, y'all know what it means.
Because we know you. If we didn't have that context, we might not know what that meant.
Maybe context, but there's certain things that, like, for example, in the classic movie Pootie Tang, you don't know what he's saying, but you know what he means.
Why do we always get to Pootie Tang? Is he like he is like
he's genius?
He's the urban reference to Shakespeare.
You don't know what he said, but you know what he means every time.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do. When he says "sarate," you know that means all right. Let's go. We got it. Good.
I don't know.
You know what "sarate" means?
I don't know any of those things. And I refuse to know that.
And if he says, "Baby, I'm going to sign your pity on the runny kind," you know what it means? We're about to get it in.
No.
We're about to sign your pity on the runny kind. We're about to get it in.
No, thank you. No, thank you, Pootie.
You know what it means?
I cannot. We are talking about decision number 3
which
from the
is
Traveler's
action
Gift.
decision.
The action decision. Now, a lot of times we create plans and we create goals and we create dreams, but along with those things, we need to have a plan of action.
There's a quote. I need to look it up. Our goals are useless. Our dreams mean nothing if not for action.
Action is a requirement of result, and we get to put as much action into what it is that we're about to do. What's good, Arthur Lynette? How are you doing today? Thank you for joining today. Once again, Wednesday, the middle of the week. A lot of times people talk about it as it relates to getting over the hump day. We talk about it as it relates to evaluation day, the third day in your business week that you can determine whether or not there is anything that you have done well, or if there are any things that you could have done differently, so that they can then be a part of your next step, your action, your reaction. If things are going well, you may want to continue with certain parts of it. If some things could be evaluated differently, then you get to implement those changes as well.
I thought it was in Think and Grow Rich.
Count down -2 days. Yeah, baby.
She's right.
I love it. I love it. So how are you taking action? So first you take responsibility, then you seek wisdom. So the responsible action, the wisdom action, or the wisdom decision, and then the third is the action decision.
You know, it's so interesting we're talking about action today. First off, taking more action. I want to go down that road. Even if you are taking action, if you took more actions towards your goals, towards your success, would you be better off? If you took more actions, you would. I talked about yesterday, I did a video and I talked about the Goya formula.
Goya, oh boya.
Goya formula. You know, like if you're feeling like your life is in a slump, or your business is in a slump, or things aren't happening, the Goya formula always, I'm going to give the Goya formula and I'm going to give you Tony Robbins' interpretation of it. But Tony Robbins, the speaker's interpretation of it. But the Goya formula stands for GET. It's an acronym. The G stands for get.
Get.
The O stands for off.
Off.
The Y stands for your. Your. Get off your assets. Okay, to get yourself out of a slump and out of a funk. If things aren't working right, get off your assets and go to work is what it's supposed to mean. Tony Robbins calls that to get out of to take action, but he says you should take massive action in a short time period. Like if you know massive action, like almost frenetic to get yourself off of center or out of a slump. Take massive action. Like if you normally make 100 calls a month, try to do it in a day or two, or do everything, a lot of stuff, massive action in a concentrated time period with energy. In fact, he feels like that always gets you out of a slump.
Because what happened, the reason for this particular action step, if you would, is because there was possibly a period of inaction.
Yeah. Likely
a period of inaction. And once you have allowed yourself to suffer inaction, whether it is through blame or responsibility, don't matter, right? Then you've got to build the momentum. I saw you looking at me earlier because you thought my shirt was see-through.
Well, that's true.
I know. I saw
your shirt was see-through,
but not see-through to the extent that it is going to cause any concern.
I saw Aretha Franklin on Soul Train with basically a see-through gold sequin thing. And I saw it on Facebook yesterday. And Don Cornelius, after they perform, he comes over to interview and he's like this, talking to Aretha because he's looking through her shirt at them things.
Lord have mercy. But that inaction caused you to need more momentum, which one of the things that we actually talk about consistently to help us to prevent that is to have constant action, right? To have consistent action. There can be lulls, but that to come back from a stop is a difficult activity, which is why it requires so much frenetic energy to jumpstart it.
When you're at the airport and you checked in and you're waiting around to board your plane, there are these huge windows there. And out of these huge windows, you can look out these windows and you can see the planes that are sitting there on the tarmac. And when you look at a plane that close up, it looks amazing. that big old collection of metal and rubber and electronics can fly. Okay, because it's massive. Tires are huge. The plane is huge, massive plane, but this thing can fly, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how does that big old piece of metal, plastics, and electronics and rubbers, how does that get to flying? Now, when a plane is still and once they're loaded, the pilot does what's called a pre-flight check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the pilot checks it out. Got all these mechanics, but he still checks out, make sure all of his instruments work before he tries to fly the plane. Okay, try to parallel this between a life or a business and a plane. He checks everything out, make sure he has all the equipment he needs in order to do this. Make sure you know enough to do what you're endeavoring to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, once he gets everything checked out, he's ready to go. He has this stick, like I have a handle stick right there on the floor that comes out of the floor next to him. It's called a throttle. He grabs that throttle and he pushes it full. He pushes the throttle all the way full, which gives it power. And what that throttle does is it sends gas into the engines and it starts things going up. And it goes full throttle. Now, at first, when he goes full throttle, nothing happens at first. When he gives it all he's got right up front, boom, nothing happens at first. And then the plane starts to whine. The plane goes, whee! All that whining kind of sound, right? But he's going full throttle. The plane is whining. Oh, this is hard to do this business. This is late nights and early mornings. All that. That whining happens first, okay? And then he keeps it full throttle. And then those giant wheels start to turn. And he keeps going full throttle, keeps giving it all he's got. And the wheels start to turn. And they're making full rotations now. And the plane is starting to move slowly down the runway. And the pilot keeps going full throttle, and then the wheels start turning faster and faster. And now he's taxiing, they call it taxiing down the runway. And he's going faster, and he's gaining speed. And the pilot's still going full throttle. And then he gets to what's called liftoff, okay? He's gone full throttle for long enough. He's gotten his business up fast enough, and he can have what's called a liftoff, okay? I like to think I'm about to lift off myself. So he lifts off the ground. The pilot goes full throttle while he's climbing. He climbs until he gets to what's called cruising altitude. Now, when he gets to cruising altitude, he drops back to 50% throttle. Okay, because if you're at cruising altitude and you're still going full throttle, you burn out your engine real fast, you waste your gas, and you don't reach your destination. So once he gets to cruising altitude, he drops back to 50%. Now, here's the interesting thing about that long diatribe. If that pilot had gone less than full throttle at any point between still and cruising altitude, the plane doesn't get off the ground.
Not ever get off the ground.
And Les Brown says this is why a lot of businesses fail, is because they won't ever go full throttle. They never give it everything. They give it half throttle while they're on the ground. They give it half energy. I'm going to try it out. That's not full throttle. That's not going full bore. I'm going to give it a couple of months. That's not full bore. Okay. That's not enough. Okay. Or I'm going to do a little bit on the side or a little bit after work, or I'm going to see. That is not full throttle, and that does not get your plane off the ground.
Right. I want to read the first paragraph, if I could, of the decision. Number 3. It is very close to the first scroll, if you will. From the greatest salesman in the world by Og Mandino. Mm-hmm. It says, beginning today, I will create a new future by creating a new me. No longer will I dwell in a pit of despair, moaning over squandered time and lost opportunity. I can do nothing about the past. My future is immediate. I will grasp it in both hands and carry it with running feet. When I am faced with the choice of doing nothing or doing something, I will always choose to act. I seize this moment and I choose now.
Man, it's so important to take action. Because I'm a sales coach, by the way, I have another class coming up on September the 6th, the next class of the Sales Confidence course. I hear everything through the filter of how does this help someone to sell themselves or their services. Lisa just read that first paragraph there. And as I saw that the choices of to take action or not, when you put your clients in that position, do it now or put it off, what do you think they choose most of the time?
I'll do it later.
Why?
I'll do it later.
Because it's less risky.
It's less action.
Less action, yes.
Less responsibility.
All of that.
All of those things. Now, if you seek wisdom, and wisdom tells you that it is not sowing season or it is not the right time to begin, that's different. But we're talking about the fact that you have created an opportunity, you have decided upon an objective, and now it is time for you to take action. Now is the time.
One of the books I think is significant in my personal development is a book called Hardball Selling by Robert L. Shook. And a lot of people can't get past the title. The title is called Hardball Selling. But there's one line of it. It says, when it comes to the point of whether you should pursue or persist or back off, and you might put yourself in a position where you're thinking, I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't. Robert Shook says, you're only damned if you don't. Given a choice of going for the business now or not, you're only damned if you don't. You should go for it now, and you should get a yes or a no. You're damned if you don't. That's Robert L. Shook's words. But at the time I first read it, it was really, really impactful to me. I needed somebody to tell me that.
Yeah, and that goes back to decision number 2, seek wisdom. Sometimes the answer, although it's within us, it has not yet been validated.
Ooh.
And the validation of or confirmation of an outside entity saying you should be doing this or you can do this is often what's necessary to become the catalyst. The Word of God tells us that where 2 or more are gathered, He's in the midst. It often talks about touching and agreeing. Mm-hmm. There's something beneficial about connecting together with another entity to move your agenda forward.
One of the graduates of this last class, to me, is like the best example of when the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
Absolutely.
She was saying in her last day of class that she had been seeking this and she had been looking for this and wanting this the whole time. And then the class appeared. Amazing.
Manifestation.
It's amazing how the stuff that you earnestly seek, you find.
Yeah.
In their scripture, I think it's Matthew 7:7 that says, seek
and ye shall find.
Knock
and ye shall be answered.
For all that seeketh,
findeth.
I love that because there's no doubting. It's saying that all, not some of you, all of you that earnestly seek, you'll find it.
Absolutely.
Hallelujah to that. I'll be right back.
Absolutely. Ooh. So we're continuing on the action decision. We're continuing on building for your week so that you can have that. Is your week dependent upon a goal that you planned for the end of the week? I know that this is the beginning of the month, but we have multiple goals. We have monthly goals and then we have weekly goals, because although this is the beginning of this month, yesterday was the end of last month, but this is right smack dab in the middle of this week, and this week has goals for itself. So bearing that in mind, when you write and build your goals for your life, understanding that there's lots of different ways to structure it. Also, today is the last month of the quarter, the last month of this quarter. Last month of third quarter, we'll be moving into fourth quarter in October. And so hopefully your third quarter goals have been pretty well established and that you're working on meeting and making them.
Especially if you even had third quarter goals, if you even had them. I like how you laid that out. At least I was listening as I was starting another cup of coffee. Yesterday was the end of last month. Today is the beginning of this month, and it's still the middle of this current week. Mm-hmm. Isn't that true? We should all take advantage of this moment. Something. It's evaluation day and the first day of the month. I'm not sure how that ties yet, but it should tie something.
Well, today is in a sense, although it's a Wednesday, it's a clean slate.
Yeah.
Right. So although it's a Wednesday, it's a clean slate. It's the first day of the month of September. So the outcomes of this week or from today beyond count towards next month.
Like any money you bring in today,
count towards September, right?
Not August. Okay.
However, you got to eat every week, right? So did you have objectives for this week, or were your goals only set for the month? So evaluating how you establish the parameters of your goal, particularly as an entrepreneur, as a solopreneur, are important because you're not waiting for payday. You're creating a payday.
This show here, we do talk about personal conversations, business information, and spiritual inspiration. And today's been more of a business talk. And maybe that's because that's what's in the air. That's how we're feeling. And I want you guys to hopefully all of you guys found some value in our talk today and are enjoying our journey through the 7 decisions highlighted in the book, The Traveler's Gift.
Yes, by Andy Andrews. And if you have Audible, I encourage you to download it, or I think I can share it with you. If you have Audible, I can check it out and share it with you, so you can reach out to me and I'm happy to share it with you. But it was a very great listen. It was a great listen. Andy Andrews is an amazing storyteller. He keeps you connected with the story while winding the intricate lessons inside of it.
Now, Lisa suggested an audiobook on Audible.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, I was in my office, and Lisa needed to get on my computer to do some stuff that was helpful to me in my business. And while I was sitting on the chair waiting for Lisa to finish my computer, I looked to my right at my bookshelf, and I realized, I've got 3 good books on my bookshelf that I haven't read yet. I reviewed it and purchased the books. Got the books in the mail, but I haven't even read yet. So, and I picked up one, and I was looking through what it is. It was called Profit First. And I was like, no, that's not what I'm feeling right now. Then I picked up the other one by Seth Godin, This is Marketing. And I started reading those pages, and I was like, oh, this is the one I need to read. So I'm reading right now, This is Marketing by Seth Godin, excuse me. What are you reading now?
Oh, Lynette, I know that's right. She said, I thought you said edibles. My bad. That's another topic and time. I said audible.
These edibles ain't doing nothing for me. These edibles ain't doing nothing. And a half an hour later, you're doing something crazy because the edibles kicked in.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
There's so many memes about how people say stuff like, these edibles ain't doing nothing. And the next scene, they're crazy.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I actually, I don't remember, was it a cookie or a brownie?
What?
That I ate
You had a cookie, and that was
I didn't like
3 years ago.
I will never.
She's still shook about that cookie.
Never, ever.
She had it 3 years ago.
No.
Arthur, Lynette, and Dr. Beverly, Lisa had a weed cookie, chocolate chip cookie.
An edible cookie.
One of our friends made it for us, okay? But he gave us no instructions, okay?
Until after we
Here you go. He gave us no instructions. We didn't know that you're supposed to have a piece of the cookie. At least ate the whole cookie and was high for like a day.
I wasn't high. I was miserable.
It was miserable for like a day.
I don't know if there was a high feeling in there, but I saw something.
She hadn't touched nothing like that since.
No, thank you. I don't like it, and I don't need it. It was miserable.
Oh my goodness.
It was miserable. I saw something. It must have been a sitcom or something that I saw in passing, and they were in California, Colorado, someplace where weed, edibles, and stuff is legal. Mm-hmm. He walked in the store and he picked out something and he ordered it and bought it, and then he went to a table and sat down to open up his newspaper and to eat it. And the concierge or whatever the person who sold it to him came past his table and said, "Did you eat that? You ate the whole thing? You ate the whole thing? Okay, either go home right now or plan to be here for 2 days."
Yes, I think I saw something like that too. You either got to go home right now.
Right now. Do not stop. Go home right now, or you're going to have to stay here for 2 days. That's how I felt. And I will never, ever, 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 ever take that into my body again. There was nothing that I had anything positive about that. No, thank you. But action. Well, it's actually time for us to take some action, hun.
Is it time for songs? Greeting songs?
It's time for greeting songs.
Go ahead and explain to them what we're about to do.
So the greeting songs
in case
are
there's someone here the first time.
Okay. The greeting songs is how we thank our viewers, those that have been hanging with us. We have been on the air for 5 years, and we are excited to have built a relationship with so many of you. And in order to thank those that have been constant contributors and have helped us to come up with a song for them, we serenade you with the song that was created in your honor, or the logo that was created and ascribed in your honor. So Rochelle is the first up.
Did you want to read that comment?
Sure, let me read that comment. Beverly says, that's just as bad as putting oregano in the greens. Or was it the chicken? You remember the movie? Oregano in the greens or the chicken? I don't remember the movie. Mm-mm. I do not remember it, but I did not enjoy it.
Up first today is Sister Rochelle Gray. And what we want. Rochelle Gray's got it. Woo. What we need. Woo. You know Rose got it. Woo. All she's asking is for a little respect when you come on. Respect. Bro, do you do your jam around the house? What you want?
I look for the roll part now because I learned that Ree was not part of respect. It was actually Aretha.
That was her name.
So why not let it be Rochelle? Row.
Yep, we saw the documentary and we saw the movie.
Yes, respect. We saw them both.
Miss Phyllis is here.
Hey, Miss Phyllis.
So clear the way.
Yeah.
Miss Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. Miss Phyllis told us that she was getting treatment during the show, but she had enough time or enough energy or enough whatever to post that she was
in therapy.
She was in therapy, yes. Therapy.
Yes, absolutely. And we got Kelly.
In my Biggie Smalls voice. Kelly, can't you see? Somehow your words just hypnotize me. And
I just love your jazzy ways.
I saw a comedian last night do a bit about Biggie Smalls.
Really?
He was talking about on Biggie Smalls records. Sometimes he does a little intro before he starts to rap. And there's this one rap he's got called Juicy, and he says, "This is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I would never amount to nothing." And then he goes into it, and the guy says, "All the teachers?" It wasn't just one teacher, all of them that said that to him. Imagine, first off, that was a crappy teacher. What teacher would come over to, hey, Biggie, come over here. You're not going to amount to nothing, okay? So if it was one, he would have said to Miss Jones, who said I wouldn't amount to nothing.
Right.
And if it was two, he would have said to both of the teachers that said. So that means at least 3 teachers in his life said he wouldn't amount to nothing. I thought it was funny the way the guy.
That is funny, but sometimes we take things out of proportion just because of the impact that they have in our lives. Because think about it. Think about all of the people who have gone on to become some area of greatness. They all talk about someone that had discouraged them. And they often talk about that in a very transformative and monumental way. Think about Lisa Nichols as she talked about her English teacher. Think about Les Brown and the challenges he went through.
I can think of the one teacher that discouraged me, one in the 10th grade. He tried so hard to discourage me.
Really?
Yes. I was considered the smartest boy since the 4th grade. Every grade I was the smartest boy in school. Okay. In my grade, I always got that superlative. Brian is the smartest boy. I wasn't the best looking, although I could have been. Most athletic, although I could have been. But I always got the smartest boy. And I had in my head I'm the smartest boy by that time. But in 10th grade, there was this teacher, an English teacher, and I always got the English award for the best in English. I got plenty of those over the years. But Mr. LaBella didn't like me. Okay.
You remember his name.
LaBella. Mr. LaBella. He says, Brian, you think you're hot stuff and all that. And I was talking to some other teachers about you. And we all agree that on the surface.
They had a committee.
That's what he said. I don't know if it was true or not. But he's saying this in my class. In front of my classmates.
Wow.
I was talking to some other teachers about you, Brian, and we all agree that on the surface you look sharp and everything, but past the surface, there's nothing to you at all. That's what he said to me.
A teacher.
A teacher said it to a 10th grader.
Oh my God.
Yes, I'm 14 years old. Okay.
Wow.
And I said, that's why you teach English. I couldn't let it go.
That's horrible, but that is hard. But that is, oh my goodness. Brother Mark, hey, how are you? He says, at the end of the day, we all have it this moment. The lessons learned yesterday enlightens today. The plans for the goals and ambitions for tomorrow are formed today. This moment we call today has magic, miracles, and manifestations in it. Never underestimate the power in this moment. I shared that with a friend who is going through hell right now.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps it will help someone else here also. I got on late today, so my comment may not be on subject for today. Charge it to the head and not the heart. It is accurate. Today's topic is the third decision. And the third decision is the decision of action. I will take action.
At the end of the day, we have this moment.
Mm-hmm. So that means you can do it now or not.
Mark gonna give you one. He gonna
Absolutely.
Give you one.
Absolutely. We have this moment. We have a couple of we gotta do Lanita, because she hasn't been in a minute. Lanita, Sakina, Fee, Fi, Fo, Fina, Lanita.
Good morning, Miss Lanita. How you doing?
Good morning.
And Dr. Beverly is here. Dr. Beverly is on the show.
Hey.
Our housekeeper's here right now.
Yes.
Does she think we're crazy?
Probably. Or she might just have her headphones on and not be paying us any mind.
She might. After this point, she's been here with us long enough.
Yes.
I'll just ignore that. Okay? At this table we sit.
Making it legit.
Because when Lynette hits the show,
did we ever have a song for Pierre?
Nope.
I can't remember if we did.
But I thought we were looking for one.
Yeah.
And where's Tarnez and Katura?
And Katura, I know.
Where they at though?
There we go, Brother Mark.
Greer. So wide you can't get around that.
So low you can't get under it.
So high you can't get over it. Mark Greer is under a groove.
Boom, boom.
Getting down just for the funk of it. Mark Greer is under a groove. Nothing can stop us now.
Why?
Mark Greer is under a groove. I love it.
Absolutely.
Who else is next?
I think we caught up all of the songs.
Oh man. Yesterday we had a lot of songs. Today we had a few songs, but that doesn't matter. Whoever show up, we feed.
Absolutely.
You really like this book.
I really like
you
this
can't
book.
even put it down.
You know what? So I'm gonna be honest. So it's two things about this book. One is it was inspiring to create. The concepts were amazing. But the second is what we see is the back of this little girl is the very same character that is in my mind for He Is Higher Than Me.
Okay, so now you know you have an illustrator for that.
I actually am illustrating He Is Higher Than Me.
But you're gonna have it like her.
She's already drawn like her.
He's Higher Than Me is this book that Lisa has written in her head since 2016.
The manuscript is written too.
Since 2016. Did y'all hear me? And it's still not published yet. 2016.
Every time I get ready to work on it, I have another project and I allow it to take precedence.
I feel the same way about 931.
So
932, excuse me.
But I love The Warrior Princess by Brad Wilder, illustrated by Anthony Skinner. And it is an amazing book.
Let's lift that up for just a moment. The book that Lisa's talking, not that. The book that Lisa's has on her periphery to get done is a story that she created called He's Always Higher Than Me.
It wasn't a story, it was a vision.
It was a vision, okay? A vision that she had. He's always higher than me. And she's told me the story several times, and she's done it in talks several times. This is a wonderful story, and everyone always loves it, but we still don't have it out yet. Okay, so I wonder how that feels within her. I have had a book for 2 years called 932. The 9 most important words, the 3 most important skills, and the 2 most important questions. And I'm probably half of the way through the book. I've framed it out. I've got a lot of it done. We even have a beautiful cover for the book already. But it's still not done yet. So these 2 book projects, somebody help us, because we can't help ourselves.
No.
Yes.
No, thank you.
Yes. Somebody help me to get it done.
Help him. I don't need help.
Lisa.
No, I don't need help. I don't need help.
Didn't you see the scroll mark number 2?
Yeah.
I mean, wisdom.
Yes, I get it.
You're busy, baby. You're busy.
Yes.
You got projects, but your project is important too. And if I was to coach you on this book project, I would say you put too much of the emphasis on yourself, because there's somebody that will probably be blessed on this book. And then you're holding back their blessing. I can say that to you, but I can't say it to me. Somebody else has to say it to me.
So I'll say it to you.
Go ahead.
I've already said it to you.
Say it again.
You're holding back on something that someone else is actually waiting for. The book that is in you is the answer that someone is in need of.
See how we help each other? It's the answer that someone is in need. I hope you've enjoyed your time with us today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Today is Wednesday. Today is day 3 of week 5 of my exercise regimen. I am excited. I have been consistently
exercising.
Absolutely. 30 minutes every morning. I missed my evening last night, but I'll add it either tonight or tomorrow, because I had some things that I had to tend to, so I didn't do it.
Oh, man. Again, I want to send out the invite. Today at noon Eastern Standard Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we host a networking group called V-Team Empowerment. And it's a very dynamic group. It's people all over the country. And we network with each other today. I run the meeting, and the meeting is dynamic, it's fast, and it lasts right at 1 hour. So if you're interested in virtually networking with people, let us know. We'll send you the logins.
Absolutely.
And I'm talking to you, by the way.
Absolutely. If your business or your service allows you to take on clients from all over the globe, and you have been looking for a way and seeking an opportunity to meet some people that are in different continents and different countries, all English speaking,
all over the U.S.
that would love to hear about, know about, or take part in your services, let us know. We would love for you to be our guest.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Amen and amen to God.
So today, I'm looking forward to today as well. So I got a chance to hang out with you from 9 to 9:55. You guys, that's always great.
Absolutely.
And today at 11, I'm going to be, I'm not sure if it's an interview.
It is an interview.
I'm being interviewed at 11 a.m. today for someone else's podcast. I keep banging the drum. You thought leaders, if you have some content, you have some originated thoughts or published, you do want to get on other people's podcasts, as many of them as you can. The audience that they build, sharing you and your word with their audiences, helps your business greatly. What's Mark talking about?
Mark is trying to give us a compliment.
What do you say?
Mark said, I must give you both as a couple, as a duo, a compliment. And watching these, it's obvious how you mesh so well. You're so supportive of each other. It's a beautiful thing to see. Glad to know you all. Thank you so much.
And Brother Mark, thank you for saying so. But you're right. We are wonderfully supportive of each other. I don't want nothing else but Lisa. That's that. Okay. And I'm going to support her in anything she does, even her level of crazy.
I got the right crazy combo. If y'all don't know what that is about, well, we got a second. We can tell them what this is about. Okay. So there's actually a crazy matrix that is a video we watched today together while we were eating breakfast. It was really funny, where a gentleman has created a chart to identify the levels of crazy
and hot.
The crazy hot matrix, because everybody is going to marry someone that is at least the right level of hot and the right level of crazy for them. So it is so funny because the crazy matrix, so that it's a regular chart, right? Chart. So a chart.
You've seen them before.
So the perpendicular line is the crazy level, and it goes from 4 to 10 because according to this gentleman, every woman is at least a 4 crazy, right? And then the hot is from 1 to 10.
1 to 10. 0 to 10.
From 0 to 10? Anyway, whatever.
Okay.
And then there's an intersecting line between the two. So this arc is dividing the levels of crazy and hot. And every woman is a level of these crazy hot matrices here.
He does a great job of explaining it.
It is hilarious.
Yeah.
You got to watch it for yourself. I thought it was hilarious. I think I missed the very end of it before.
The men's version?
No, I got the men's. I missed that before. I never saw that before. But it was funny. So look it up. The Crazy Hot Matrix. You should be able to find it. Yep. Look it up in YouTube and enjoy it. It's just a quick 2-minute.
No, it's like 6 minutes long.
6 minutes, 2 minutes, same thing.
After you look at that, look at the magic coffee table.
Yeah, you might have a magic coffee table in your house too. He certainly does.
I love the magic coffee table.
He has a magic coffee table. I have a magic nightstand.
This woman, yes, she does. Oh, God. Lisa has a magic nightstand. Let me tell you about the magic coffee table if you don't know. This woman comes home from work, and the husband's sitting at the couch. He goes, "Baby, I don't remember. You said you were cooking dinner tonight, right?" And she goes, "Look, I wish sometime you would take initiative and make your own dinner. I work too. Now I got to come home from work. I got to empty out the dishwasher, fill out the dishwasher, clear out the counter, and then cook dinner for us." And he's like, baby, calm down. It's going to be okay." She goes, "How?" He goes, "Look, let me just show you." First, he takes her to the laundry room. He goes, "You see this basket right here?" He goes, "Anything dirty that I put in this basket, at any time of the day, if I put it in the basket, overnight, it gets washed, dried, and folded, and then put on the bed in a nice, neat pile."
Absolutely. It's magic.
It says, "I didn't want to tell you about it because I didn't want to jinx it. I didn't know if the house had just chosen me." She goes, "Are you insane?"
Hey, Phyllis, welcome back.
And he goes, "Yeah, but there's more." And then he takes her in the living room, this coffee table. "See this table here? Anything I leave on this table, by the next morning, it's completely cleaned off and the table straightened out again. I mean, sometimes I push it, I test it out, and I just leave crap everywhere on this table just to see. And every day, as if by magic, this table is completely cleaned off."
As if by magic.
She's like, "Are you freaking insane?"
We have 2 levels of magic in the house when it comes to the cleaning, and one is me and the other one is our housekeeper. I'm grateful for every day.
Lisa has a magic nightstand.
Yes, every night, no matter what, no matter where my phone or my tablet is, no matter how I have left it, magically in the morning, it is right there on the nightstand plugged in, and the tablet is right there next to the nightstand plugged in.
Well, you do push it sometimes too.
Mind blowing.
Last night you pushed it, baby.
How?
Last night, Lisa's knocked out. She on my side of the bed. She's got her tablet up, propped up and on with something she's not watching. She's sleeping. She's got her ear pods in the case on my side of the bed, and she's got her phone. Nothing's plugged up, so everything's gonna be dead by the morning if I don't rescue her. And she's got an empty bag
clutched in my hand.
In her hand.
Clutched.
I'm like, come on, man. All of this, I got to straighten up. So I got to get the bag or something out of her hand. And then, you know what I mean? I know what you're doing.
You did it, and I appreciate you.
And then I plugged up everything and put it over there. But I got to do all of that. Actually, I get to do that because I'm wonderfully blessed in the wife I got. On the hot and crazy.
Oh, the crazy.
Lisa would be in a unicorn category because her crazy is less than 5 and she's still good looking. So if you get a woman that's less than 5, crazy and good looking. Now, if you get a woman over 5 and crazy and over 8 and good looking,
that's the danger zone.
That's danger because this is the woman that slashes tires, breaks windows.
Go watch the video. Go watch the video. We love you. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with us today. Tomorrow is Thursday. Today is Wednesday. We will see you then for decision number 4. And don't forget to have